So last Wednesday, federal government shutdown. If you live far from DC, it can feel like background noise, but it's really not. A shutdown is when Congress misses a funding deadline and a bunch of federal work stops until they pass a bill to address that gap. So checks like Social Security, they keep going, but lots of services end up paused. And you may have heard the rhetoric right now around this is that Democrats shut down the government to hand out free cash to undocumented immigrants. That's false. The fight centers on healthcare policy and funding, but federal law already bars covering people who are here without authorization. And the proposals in play dealt with lawfully present immigrants, not the undocumented. So let's set that aside and talk a little bit about what changes in your day-to-day life when the lights go out in Washington. So let's talk about what it means where you live, rural towns, farm country, the small places that keep this country fed and running. First up, we've got WIC, the nutrition program for moms and young kids. It's living on a very small contingency fund. That fund could run out in a week or two if Congress doesn't act quickly. States could choose to backfill coming out of their own pockets, but many states just simply can't afford to do that. Rural counties lean on WIC really hard, and if it pauses, families feel it immediately. Just here in Henry County, it's estimated roughly 1,800 people in a county of about 20,000 people rely on WIC to feed their families every day. USDA service centers is the next big one. The place you go for farm programs, disaster aid, ARC, PLC, the CRP program, conservation program, these are all largely closed or skeleton staff. So payments and loans, they stall. New obligations can't be made during a lapse. And that cash flow really matters for a farmer during harvest season. Rural housing, that takes a big hit. No new USDA loans or guarantees will go through during the shutdown. There are some Section 502 deals that can close only if a prior conditional commitment exists. Older Section 521 rental assistance that was already obligated, those dollars can keep flowing as well. But what this really means is that home buyers, builders, landlords, these folks in small towns end up getting stuck in a limbo, have no idea what's going to happen, and if you don't know when it's going to end, that can be a big problem, especially if it drags on too long. The one that bothers me the most are the gateway towns by the national parks. These small towns where the motels, diners, gas stations, these places can lose tens of millions of dollars in visitor spending each day as parks curtail services and visitors stay away. That's a real body blow for these seasonal economies. There are some things that keep running though, so don't panic completely. Food safety inspections keep going, so your meat and your eggs, they still get inspected. But lots of ag support work just simply doesn't. The translation there is that your groceries are probably safe. The paperwork and payments that many producers rely on to produce your groceries are not. So what can you do right now? Some practical steps for you. If you use WIC, call your local clinic this week. Ask about state backup plans. If you are closing on a USDA loan, talk to your lender about timing. If you're a farmer, plan for delayed program payments and check crop insurance deadlines. Make sure you're staying on top of those. And we just want to toss out an ask to the community. Keep sending us your stories. Tell us what's paused in your community, in your town. Who gets hit first when this stuff happens? We'll keep amplifying those stories for you. In the next one, we'll talk a bit why this shutdown is different from the other ones, what's new in the politics, how long this might last. Until then, I'm Kellen from 3 Rural White Guys. See you then.